Hello, welcome back to Milestone Gaming. My name is Malachi Gardner, and today, the Invisible Woman, War Machine, and Colossus are going to be taking on Mysterio in Marvel Legendary. I hope you all enjoy the video. So, I've got another game of Legendary all set up here, and two quick notes. First, this is my second playthrough of Marvel Legendary on the channel, so I'm not actually going to be going through and explaining how to play the game. I'm just going to be playing through the game, not taking time to explain the rules, although I will be explaining different keywords and special abilities from expansions, because in this playthrough I'm going to be using a lot of content from a variety of different expansions. Any new rules that are introduced in those expansions I will explain, but I'm not going to be explaining the actual core rules of the game. So in this setup I have War Machine, the Invisible Woman, and Colossus as my three heroes. And then I'm going to be going up against Mysterio, and the scheme is going to be the Korvac Saga. And this is an interesting scheme. So the setup puts 8 twists into the villain deck, and then every time there's a twist, each player must discard down to 4 cards or KO a bystander from their victory pile to search for the Korvac entity. Then, after that, this scheme transforms. Now, what this means is that you're going to flip over the card, and now it has new rules. And so now, some special rules here saying that this scheme counts as a 19 attack Korvac villain worth 9 victory points. If you defeat Korvac, KO the mastermind and all its tactics. So this becomes a villain, and if you defeat this villain, you win the game. Then for twists 2, 4, and 6, each player discards an Avenger hero or gains a wound. Then this scheme transforms back over to this side, and then on the 8th twist, the evil will win. So that's a pretty cool element with that scheme right there, which you're going to be flipping back and forth. You're going to have some various opportunities to take a shot at this really tough villain who, if you defeat, you win the game. So Mysterio right here has 8 attack, which is relatively low for our masterminds, but his Master Strike says, shuffle this Master Strike into Mysterio's face-down mastermind tactics. That card becomes a mastermind tactic worth 6 victory points. So he's pretty easy to hit once you get your deck going, but he's going to have upwards of 9 mastermind tactics, and all the Master Strikes come out of the villain deck. Alright, so now I'm just going to go right into the first turn, starting with the villain card, and it is Ultimate Captain America. So he looks a little bit different from other villains, and that's because when you fight him, you gain this card as a hero. And when you play him, he's going to give you +1 attack for each color of hero you have. Very similar to the hero version of Captain America. So he's 6 attack. When you beat him, you get him as a hero, which is kind of cool. So we can go in the sewers, and I forgot to draw my starting hand, so let's go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and look through my hand, and I have 3 attack and 3 recruit. So not the greatest hand. As usual, I have the Shield Officer stack right here, but one thing you'll notice is that it is face down instead of face up, and that's because there are some special Shield Officers that I have from an expansion that have been shuffled into this deck. So when I purchase one, they all cost 3, like usual, but when I purchase one, I'm going to draw the top card of the deck, and most of the time it's just going to be a regular Shield Officer worth 2 recruit points, but every so often, I will draw a special Shield Officer that'll have a special ability on it in addition to the 2 recruit points, so that's just kind of a fun thing there. I also have Simulated Target Practice here, which gives me 2 attack, and as a tech superpower, it says you may fight a henchman from your victory pile this turn. If you do, KO it and rescue a bystander. So that's kind of cool. You can activate Henchman's ability. You can activate Henchman abilities twice. Then I can't afford this card, but I'm still going to read it. It says whenever you defeat a villain, this turn you get +1 recruit. So that's kind of cool. You get money for attacking villains. This Invisible Barrier is Invisible Woman's special rare card. Gives you 5 attack, and if an ambush effect would occur, you may reveal this card and draw 2 cards instead. So that's kind of cool. You can cancel some nasty abilities. Then, 4 of a kind. It gives you 2 attack, but if you played any other card that costs 4 this turn, you get +2 attack, and so you get 4 attack instead, which would be really good, especially since a lot of her cards cost 4. Finally, I draw their Fire, and this card's really interesting because it costs 1 and gives you 3 attack, but when you play it, you gain a wound. Now, this card is very powerful. It's probably a little bit overpowered, but it still is pretty fun to use sometimes, although if you're not careful, you're going to gain a lot of wounds. Now, actually, one more option we do have is purchasing a sidekick. So this deck is full of sidekicks, and they all cost 2. And just like shield officers, there's some in here that are regular, like this one right here, but some are special. So these regular ones, when you play it, you return to the sidekick stack and draw 2 cards. So one thing that all sidekicks have in common is that they're one-time use cards. You play them, get a powerful effect, it goes back onto the stack. So this one lets you draw 2 cards, but others will give you 2 recruit points or various other abilities, and then after you use them, it's going to go back to the stack. These all cost 2, and the one limitation on them is that you can only purchase 1 sidekick per turn. So you can't just go out and buy 3 sidekicks unless you had a special ability that said specifically that you were allowed to do that. So I think what I'm going to do is I am going to start off by getting Draw Their Fire. Going to cost 1. Then reveal here, and I'm going to get a sidekick to spend my other 2, and just a basic sidekick there. So that's all of my resources, and there's nothing I can attack, so I'm just going to go ahead and discard my hand, and then draw 6 more cards, and then I will play the next round of the build deck, which is another Captain America. Okay. Alright, so now I have 1 attack and 5 recruit, which I like. So I think that I am going to go ahead and get a simulated target practice, and then, oh, what do you know, it's another one. And then I will draw another psychic. Alright, so this is a special psychic, and so when I play it gives me 1 attack, and I draw a card, and then I put this back into the psychic stack. So I'm going to shuffle up my deck, go on to the villain's turn. Alright, here's a Master Strike, so this is going to be shuffled into Mysterio's Tactics cards. And then, before I shuffle it in, I'm just going to draw the next villain card, because whenever you draw Master Strike in the solo game, you have to draw an additional card, and it's actually another Master Strike. That's not very good, so it's going to go in as well. And then it is a Scheme Twist. So, Scheme Twist says that we must discard down to 4 cards or KO a bystander from our victory pile, and he's going to flip over. So, I don't have any bystanders in my victory pile, so I have to discard down to 4 cards. So I'm going to discard these 2 Shield Troopers. Then I will shuffle up these Tactics cards, and now he has 7 Tactics. So there is no way for me to get 19 attack points this early in the game, but if I were able to get 19 attack points, I could just win the game outright, which would be pretty fun. So I'm going to go ahead, play 4 Shield Officers, and then purchase this card right here. And, alright, Hypersonic Cannon. This costs 5 and has Hyperspeed 5. And so Hyperspeed just means that you're going to discard that many cards from your deck. So I will discard the top 5 cards from my deck, and for each one of those cards that have an attack icon on it, I will get 1 attack. So this could give me 0 to 5 attack points, and then as a range special ability, you may KO a card from your discard pile. So that's pretty cool. I like that card. It is... Hyperspeed is very random, as you can probably guess, but you can control it to a certain extent by purchasing cards with attack, and it is fun when you get several attack points from it. So, another Master Strike, it's going to be shuffled in. Alright, next card is a Scheme Twist, so I'll put that there. And so, the Scheme Twist says that each player discards an Avenger hero or gains a wound. So do I have any Avengers? Oh, yes I do. I'm going to discard Hairball. And I don't have to gain a wound, then this is going to transform. Alright, now I'm going to shuffle this new Mastermind tactic in, and so now Mysterio has 8 tactics. And now, one thing that I did forget to do last turn was, whenever you draw a Scheme Twist in the solo game, you do need to take 1 card from the HQ that costs 6 or less and put it at the bottom of the hero deck. So I forgot to do that last turn, and because I drew another Scheme Twist this turn, I'm going to have to do that twice. So I'm going to take this one from last turn, put this at the bottom of the hero deck. Next up, Science Statue. This gives you 4 attack, but if you have a green card, you get +2, so that's 6 attack. So I think that I will go ahead and take out this one right here. Alright. Try to remember that in the future, though. So now we have 5 cards in our hand. Okay, so I'm not able to trigger this ability, unfortunately, and that gives me 3 attack and 3 recruit. I'm going to go ahead and get a shield officer. And this is a special shield officer, so it gives me 2 recruit points, and you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. So allow you to get rid of some cards you don't like. If you have a wound in your hand, you can discard that and draw a, well, hopefully more useful card. Alright, next villain card is a Scheme Twist. So I'm going to have to discard down to 4 cards. So I'm going to go ahead and discard these 2 cards here. And now I'm going to start off my turn by playing a sidekick. So I will put this at the bottom of the sidekick stack, and then I will draw 2 cards. Alright, just happens to be exactly what I discarded. So now I'm going to play Draw Their Fire, and I'm going to gain a wound. And this is a special wound that has a unique way of healing it. So this one says, you may KO a hero that costs 1 or more from your hand or discard pile if you do KO this wound. So I'll play this, get 2 more attack, and then I'll play the Shield Trooper that gives me 6 attack. So I'm going to take out this Captain America right here. And because I defeated a villain, I get +1 recruit. So now 2, 3, 4 recruit, and I'm going to purchase 4 of a kind. Alright. So far, so good, I think. Alright, Master Strike. So that's going to be shuffled in there. The next card is a Scheme Twist. And we've now gone through 4 out of the 8 Scheme Twists that will end the game. So I'm going to have to discard an Avenger hero or gain a wound. And I have an Avenger here, so I'm going to get rid of that. And then shuffle this in with the other tactics. So I'm going to play my cards. It's going to be 4 recruit and 1 attack. And so I'm going to get another Shield Officer. And it's actually the exact one I have. Alright. Next up we have another Scheme Twist. So I'm going to have to discard down to 4 cards because I cannot KO a bystander from my discard pile. And then I did forget to put some hero cards on the bottom of the hero deck a couple of times for the Scheme Twists. Don't remember exactly how many times. So I'm just going to do it for the last turn and this turn. I think I might be down 1, maybe? Oh well. Alright, so I'm going to get rid of that. And Vulnerability is a nice card. So it gives me 2 recruit points, and if you would gain a wound, you may discard this card instead if you do draw 2 cards. So that would allow you to get rid of some of your, well, prevent you from getting any wounds, which is good if you have a lot of Draw Their Fires. Okay, so I'm going to play these cards here, and then, see, do I want to play Hairball? If I play this card, then I'll potentially get more recruit points, but it'll also be leaving my deck. So I don't think I'm going to play this card, just leave it in my hand, and I'm going to spend my 3 to get Invulnerability. Alright, Draw Their Fire. Next up, we have the Circus of Crime. So it's a henchman with 3 attack, and when you fight it, you reveal the top card of your deck. If it costs 0, KO it. Otherwise, draw it. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so have Fatal Blow. And I actually think what I'm going to do is I am going to KO Hairball from my discard pile in order to KO this wound, because I can KO a hero that costs 1 or more from my hand or discard pile to KO this wound. So I'm going to KO both these cards and get rid of those. Playing all these cards, that gives me 3 recruit and 3 attack, which is enough to take out the Circus of Crime. So I will spend my attack to take that out, and then I will reveal the top card of my deck. And so now if this costs 0, I KO it. If it does not, I draw it. When you need to check the cost of a villain card, you're just going to look at its attack strength, and that's going to be his cost, even though you can't spend recruit points to recruit it. So he's a cost of 6, which means I'm going to draw this card, and then it's going to go into my victory pile. And then I will get 1 attack point for each color of hero that I have. So I have gray, black, and green, so that's 3 attack points. So now I have 3 attack, which isn't enough to do anything, because I already spent my other 3. So now I'm going to use my 3 recruit points, and I'm going to purchase Draw Their Fire for 1, and then a sidekick for the other 2. Okay, so that's a pretty good turn. Next, Ultimate Thor. And so this character, this villain right here, when you fight him, you gain him as a hero, but he is at 7 attack, which is quite a bit, but he gives you 3 attack, and as a ranged superpower, gives you 3 more. Now, when he escapes, he's going to do a cross-dimensional Thor Rampage. What this means is that when he escapes, everyone's going to check their hand, discard pile, and victory point pile for a Thor card. So this could be a villain Thor like this, a hero Thor, or if you defeated a mastermind who's Thor, then you are safe. But if you cannot reveal a card with Thor on it, then you must gain a wound. So it's kind of a weird keyword. I'm not really a huge fan of it, but that is what that's going to do. Okay, so I have Shield Troopers and Agents that I could play, but first I have 2 of these GW Bridges. So I'm actually going to play one of these guys, and I'm going to discard my Shield Trooper, and I'll draw a card as the Military Industrial Complex. So then, that is actually a 4-cost card, which means that this is going to get buffed up, which is nice. So I'm going to go ahead and play these 2. In total, that's going to give me 6 attack. Then I'm going to play another bridge and discard Shield Agent, and I draw Their Fire. So I'm going to play that. Then I'm going to play Shield Agent, and let's see. So I don't want to play this unless I need it, because if I play it needlessly, then I'm just going to gain a wound for nothing. So say that for now. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 attack, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 recruit. So what do I want to do? If I play the Draw Their Fire, then I will go up to 9 attack, which would allow me to take on Ultimate Thor, but it'd also be gaining a wound. I'm not sure if that's worthwhile. I also could take down Mysterio. I think I'm just going to go with the Ultimate Captain America, and then I won't need to play this card, so I won't gain a wound. And then I did defeat a villain, so I'm going to get 1 recruit point because of the War Machine card here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take Silent Statue, because that's a lot of attack. Alright. So now here we have the Disappearing Act, which is a very powerful card. So it gives me 2 recruit, and it does cost 4, like a lot of the other Visible Wound cards, but it has this focus keyword here. So focus is always accompanied by a number. What you're able to do with focus is you're able to spend recruit points to activate an ability. So this card right here is focus 2, so you can spend 2 recruit points any number of times in your turn 2 to activate this ability here, which says you may KO a card from your hand or discard pile. So if you have 6 recruit, you're able to KO 3 cards from your hand or discard pile, which is really powerful. Instead of spending your recruit to gain more cards, you can actually remove less desirable cards from your deck to make it a lot more consistent so that you can take down the villain and have bigger, better turns. So I really like that card, and I will hopefully be purchasing it on my next turn. The villain card is a Scheme Twist, and so I'm going to have to discard down to 4 cards. So I'm going to discard these 2 Shield Agents. Then I'm going to start off by playing the Sidekick here, which is going to allow me to draw 2 cards. Okay. So I'm going to start off with this Ultimate Captain America. So I have green, gray, blue, and red. So that's going to be a total of 4 attack from that card there. Then I'm going to play Silent Statue, which is going to give me 4 more attack plus 2 because I have played a green card. So it's going to be a total of 10 attack between those 2 cards, which is wonderful. Then this card will pull me up to 12, and then 13 with this. So I can play this card right here to go up to 16, but I'm not sure if that's worth it. Yes, so I'm going to play this card right there, going to gain a wound. Now with 16 attack, I'm going to be able to take out Ultimate Thor with 7, and then Mysterio with 8, which will give me 1 additional attack point remaining, but oh well. Now, if I had 3 more attack points I would have been able to just to take out Korvac and win the game, which would have been great, but oh well, it's just 3 short. But hopefully this Thor card will give me the extra attack that I need. Alright, so Master of Illusions. It says, if this card is not the final tactic, shuffle a Master Strike tactic from each other player's victory pile back into Mysterio's Mastermind tactics. Now, I don't have any Master Strike cards in my victory pile, so that's nice. Avoided that. But as you can see, Mysterio is just going to keep healing himself, keep getting more life, and you're just going to have to hit him many times. So that can be a big challenge there. So I'm going to draw this hand of cards. Alright, so this is a bystander, and this is a special bystander, so it has some special rules when you rescue it. And this one's actually not great, because this is a shapeshifted copycat. So it says, when you rescue this bystander, this card becomes a villain with 3 attack, and enters the city. It gains the ability to fight KO one of your heroes. So the mastermind is going to capture this bystander, but when I rescue it, it's just going to become a villain, which I'll have to defeat. But it's a Headman villain, so it's not super powerful. Total, I have 3 attack here, which is nothing, so I can't do anything with that. Then I have 4 recruit points, so I'm going to get Disappearing Act. Then, that wasn't a very eventful turn. Next up, Ultimate Captain Marvel. He's 2 recruit points, and he has a teleport ability here. So when you have a card teleport, instead of playing it on your turn, you can just set it aside, and it won't do anything this turn, but you can then add it to your next hand for the next turn. So it allows you to have a slightly weaker turn now, but you get an extra 2 recruit points on the next turn, which will hopefully allow you to get 2 cool things like rare cards. That's a pretty cool card there. Okay, so first off, I'm going to play Draw Their Fire. And normally this would give me a wound, but not today because I have Invulnerability. So it says, if you would gain a wound, you may discard this card instead if you do draw 2 cards. So I'm going to discard this card instead of gaining a wound, and I'm going to draw 2 more cards to replace it. So that's pretty nice. Then I'm going to go ahead and play some cards here, and now I can trigger this ability. So during this turn, I can fight a henchman villain from my victory pile to trigger its effects, and then rescue a bystander. So next up we have DW Bridge. So I'm going to play that, and then I'm going to go ahead and discard this trooper to draw a card, and it is another bridge, and I will discard the Shield Agent, draw another card, it's a Shield Agent. Okay, so now I have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 attack, and so I'm going to take out Mysterio. So when I attack him, I'm going to rescue this bystander, but he's going to become an enemy, entering the city right there. Okay. Blurry Images. You get +1 recruit for each mastermind tactic Mysterio has left after this one. Oh my. Okay, so he has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more tactics, which means I get 6 recruit points. So that's great. 6 recruit points plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here will give me a total of 11. So I'm going to get Invisible Barrier, and then 4 of a kind. So that was a very good turn. Alright, next villain card. Another Circus of Crime. Okay, so then, let's see. So I have 2 troopers and 2 agents. It's not very exciting. Then I have the Ultimate Thor. Game 3 attack, but unfortunately, I can't trigger this ability here to get me a total of 6. But I do have this card, which will give me 5. So in total, I have 5, 8, 9, 10. So in total, I have 10 attack points. And so let's see. I've got a bit of a tough decision here. So I could either take out Mysterio once, or take out Ultimate Captain Marvel, the Shapeshifted Copycat, and the Circus of Crime. I think I'm going to go for Mysterio just to target the villain. If I had 9 more attack, then I could have taken out Korvac. But, alright, this is Master Strike. So, this is just 6 victory points. No special rules. Alright, then 2 recruit points. I'm going to take Draw Their Fire. And that last one's going to be wasted. Alright, villain card. Another Master Strike. So the damage I just dealt him is going to be reversed and undone. Back up to 6 tactics. Alright, next card is a Scheme Twist. So now we've gone through the first 7 Scheme Twists, which means 2 things. First off, we are running out of time. And secondly, I shouldn't actually have been on this side of the card. When drawing that 7th Scheme Twist, I should have been on this side of the card. So I must have forgotten to flip it one time. We should be on this side, and so we should have to either KO a bystander from our victory pile, which we don't have any, unfortunately, or what we're going to have to do is discard down to 4 cards. So I'll discard these 2 agents, and then I'm going over to this one, and now when we draw our 8th Scheme Twist, we are going to lose the game. So, that's not good. We are running out of time. Let's see how many cards we have left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 more villain cards left, and one of those 6 is the Scheme Twist that will end us. Unless we're able to defeat Mysterio once every turn, I don't think we're going to be able to make it, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go ahead and play Ultimate Captain America. It's going to give me a total of 3 attack. Alright, that'll bring me up to 5. So this will give me a total of 11 attack, and then I'll just play this card here. So I'm going to go ahead and take out Mysterio. And it's just a Master Strike. Then I'm going to take the Circus of Crime, and I will reveal the top card of my deck. And then since this card costs more than 0, it's going to be added to my hand, and then I'm actually just going to go ahead and play it. And now I have 4 recruit points, so instead of recruiting anything, I'm going to use my focus ability twice and KO 2 cards from my discard pile. And I'm just going to go ahead and take out 2 agents here. Kind of wish I would have been able to do that earlier in the game. Would have been more helpful, but oh well. Alright, next up, drawing hand size, playing a card from the villain deck, Ultimate Wasp. So this is a pretty simple character here. 2 attack, red superpower, gives you 2 more. Okay, so I'll play these cards here. Alright, so Ultimate Captain America will give me 1, 2, 3, 4 attack. This will put me up to 6, and then this will put me up to 8. So, don't think I'm going to play this card right here. And then I'm going to take out Mysterio for a hit. So let's see how many more tactics he has. So he has 4 tactics, which is the amount a normal villain starts with. And I am running out of time. This isn't looking very good, folks. Alright, I'm going to spend my 2 recruit points and just get a sidekick. It's going to be Red Wing, and when I play him, I can look at the top 3 cards of my deck. I draw 1 and put the rest back in any order, which is pretty nice. And then, of course, I return Red Wing to the sidekick stack. Ultimate Captain Marvel. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to play Bridge here and discard this wound to draw a card. And then, let's see, I will play Draw the Fire, discard this card instead of gaining a wound, and I'll draw 2 more cards. And I don't have any cards that cost 4, unfortunately. So this is just going to give me 2 attack. So it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm going to take out the shape-shifted Copycat, and I will KO the Shield Agent. Alright, if I had 1 more attack there, I would have been able to hit him. Alright, Wasp. Oh boy, it'd be really nice if that Scheme Twist was the last card in the deck. So I'm going to go ahead and play Bridge and discard an agent. Then I'm going to draw a card, and it's another agent, that's not good. Alright, I'm going to play Red Wing. I'm going to look at the top 3 cards of my deck. And I'm going to take Captain America and put this card on top. Alright, then I'm going to play another Bridge. I'm going to discard the agent, and I'm going to draw Simulated Target Practice. So, Ultimate Captain America gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 attack, which is decent. And then, actually might be exactly what I need. So, 4 attack from Captain America, 2 attack from the Troopers, and then 2 attack here. So that's going to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I take out Mysterio. And it is a Master Strike. Then I have 4 Recruit. And I am going to go ahead and get 4 of a kind, though I don't think it's going to matter. Red Wing goes to the bottom of the sidekick deck. Alright, and next up, Ultimate Thor. Alright, so that means that one of these two cards is the Master Strike. So, it's a 50% chance that this is our last turn, and it's also 50% chance that we'll have one more turn after this. But we have 3 tactics to deal with. This isn't looking very good. We'd have to do a decent amount of damage on those last couple of turns. Okay, so let's go ahead and play Military Industrial Complex. Then, see a total of 5 colors here. So that's going to be 5 attack. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then 11 attack from the Shield Trooper as well. And I'll play these cards here. I'm going to focus, spending 2, and I'm just going to KO this agent. Then I have 11 attack. Then if I have 11 attack, and I'm going to take out Mysterio. Alright, Captive Audience. Rescue a bystander for each mastermind tactic Mysterio has left after this one. So he has just 2, so I'm going to rescue 2 bystanders. Alright, so we have a banker. It says when you rescue this bystander, you get +2 recruit, usable only to recruit heroes in the HQ space under the bank. And then Alligator Trapper. When you rescue this bystander, patrol the sewers. If it's empty, you get +2. So when you patrol a space, when you patrol a location in the game, you're just going to look at the location and verify whether it's empty, and check whether it's empty or not. So in this case, if it's empty, you get +2 recruit. Now, we see Thor is in the sewers, so we're not going to get anything there. I still have 1 recruit left, +2 that I can use only to purchase heroes in the bank. So in total, I have 3. If I purchase something in the bank, 1 if I purchase something elsewhere. So I'm actually just going to take this on invulnerability just because I'm not going to be able to play it, but I have it. Alright. And then let's see whether or not the game's over. Oh, wow. Okay, so the Circus of Crime comes out. So Ultimate Captain Marvel is going to be escaping. So I'm going to have to KO a card here, and I'm just going to go ahead and take the Hypersonic Cannon. And so that means that the next card in the deck is going to be the one that ends the game with the last Scheme Twist. So if I can deal 2 damage to Mysterio and he doesn't gain any more tactics, then I will win. But I don't think that's very likely. So let's go ahead and play 2 Draw Their Fires, and I'll gain 2 wounds, both special wounds. Then we've got Shield Agent here, and then the Invisible Barrier. So that's 5, 6, 7, 13 attack. So I'm going to go ahead and take Mysterio for a hit, and it is just a regular Master Strike. Okay, so now I have 5 attack left. If I had 3 more, I could have just taken out Mysterio and won the game. Unfortunately, I'm just going to have to settle for getting the Wasp. And then, well, the last card comes out, and it is a Scheme Twist. So that was very close. I was very close to winning. The last card right here would have been Master of Deception. If this is not the final tactic, reveal the top 5 cards of the villain deck, play all Master Strikes you revealed, put the rest on the bottom of that deck in random order. But this is actually the last Mastermind tactic, so it wouldn't have gone off, but that would just allow him to fish through the villain deck, getting a bunch of Master Strikes, potentially. But unfortunately, I wasn't able to get the extra attack that I needed to take him out, or I wasn't even able to take out Korvac, unfortunately. So unfortunately, that is where the game's going to end, and it was with a loss. But that was very close, and I hope this was just helpful to you, seeing what some of the expansion content looks like. Like I said, this is content from a variety of expansions. Obviously, the Fantastic Four expansion here. This is the Revelations expansion, and then the Dark City expansion for the heroes, and then the Spider-Man expansion. It's like Paint Up Town Red or something like that. And then the Secret Wars expansion has all the basic scientist kicks, and then also has this villain group that I was using here. I hope you enjoyed this video. And it looks like I've been losing a lot of games on this channel lately, but hopefully I'll be able to win some more soon. But it's always fun, whether or not you win or lose. So I hope this video is helpful to you, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, please hit that like button and subscribe to Strong Gaming. And then hit the bell icon so that you're notified whenever I upload more content just like this. And until next time, I hope you all have a wonderful time. Happy gaming.